Welcome back, YouTube. This is Mr. Guns. If you were watching my previous video from this one, the model 989 Marlin recap, you noticed that I put an ATI stock on my Marlin. Well, I'm going to teach you exactly what modifications I did to this stock to make it so I could use it. This is my little bit in depth with this one, because a lot of people have asked me to do this. So right now we're going to take the Marlin apart, and yes, this is a chisel. It works a lot better than... tighten this one a little tight. Oh, shit. Bloopers. Hold on a sec here. Apparently I grabbed the wrong chisel, but yeah. So we're going to use a knife. If that doesn't work, I'm going to turn off the camera. Grab a... don't do this at home. Unless you're very skilled with a knife. Oh, so I put Loctite on that. Oops. Got a little Loctite. Don't do that. Got a little Loctite on the bore. And yeah, I'll teach you exactly what I did to fix up my Marlin so I could use it. Now, it fit pretty easily into this. The Marlin is the same pretty much design, but the M2 version is pretty much the same design as the Marlin 795. Oop, there's the bolt. Pull this out. This little slide thing comes out there. You can pull your trigger system out through that, but you gotta also relieve the front tension of the receiver, and I also gotta take off the barrel mount right here. I'm also bumping the camera quite a bit, so I'm trying to do this for you guys pretty fast. Gotta hold the receiver, detention the trigger guard, and pull out. And pull out. This is where you're supposed to come apart, Marlin. There we go. There we go. I got the receiver from the... It's a tight fit. It's a good thing. As you can see in there, I got the trigger. Trigger system's all in there. That just kind of pops out pretty easily. As I say that, it doesn't come out very easily. There we go. You gotta push in and pull out. Oh yeah, this is the part, all the parts to the Marlin. Now, this comes with your ATI stock. This is a longer, it's a bolt that goes into the back of the receiver right there. It bolts your trigger guard to your stock and to your receiver. And from there, this is where you stick the hole right there. Or you stick the bolt right in the hole. Goes up through there and back into that hole I was talking about right there. And that's how that one goes on. But now, if you're going to put... Now, I should do this first before I do anything. This, it's fiberforce stock, will fit on, let's see, the Model 60 bolt action. The 795, of course. A lot of other ones too. Loads of other guns. Anything that tube fed. What's the tube fed model? Shit, I forgot the tube fed model. Anyways, this will fit a tube fed model because of the little they've made this so it's completely like this will fit any model of Marlin with a little bit of work. The model 795, it says right on the package, does not fit the model 795 in bold, but this is what they also need to put in bold, without modification. What modification they meant was, right here, you have to cut out yourself the around portion of where your magazine goes in. You got to bevel it out yourself. I used a chisel, some wood tools, with a drill. You can use, what is that thing called? You can use shit. You gotta use your imagination. Just, it's all beveled out and cut out for you. It's scored, so you can't really screw it up too much. Just make sure you take a file inside, kind of file it up, make it nice and smooth. Your triggers, or your trigger assembly's got to go in there too. It's also got to fit your right there, your magwell. Mag well's also got to fit in there. And you will have to make a little bit of modification to the backside right there to accept that little indent line right there, the little trigger or the mag release. But other than that, it's still pretty easy modification. Another thing I have done is I've put, I don't know if you can see this in the glass bedding in the sides of this, just enough so it keeps the weight more towards the back, because even though this thing is 22 ounces without the receiver, it's 22 ounces stock. Well, I've made it up to 25.2 ounces. How I get 0.2, I think that's in like grams, but anyways, that's all. It drops the weight down from a 5-pound marlin, well, to this one it's a 4.7 pounds with the little mod I got. So it might be lighter. I think it might be like 4.6 pounds without the glass bedding, but still very good. Very lightweight rifle now. I had to jury rig some these are key rings, so I could put my makeshift. I have a kit I have to sew on here, but I made a makeshift sling so I could actually use it hunting. This makeshift sling allows it so I can sling it over my shoulder, and I also can make a single point sling. By the way, you can make a single point sling if you want to make that modification. You drill right here, not right here. This is where the receiver cuts into the stock itself. This is actually where the handle is. Make sure you drill it right there and put it straight down, or you will screw up your stock. Now, I haven't said this, but it's a not $5. I wish it was $5. It's a $50 modification. The stock is $50. Fiberforce ATI Dragunov stock. There's so many modifications you can do this. This I'm also planning. I'll do a video again. I'm gonna file down this back portion and put a custom-made buttstock on the back, recoil pad. Now, it's not really meant for recoil or looks. It's more so I have more meat to put my shoulder. As right now it's pretty small. That's about 4 inches. That's about the palm of my hand right there. The little right there, the edge of my palm fits perfectly right there. It's not very big. I have pretty big hands. That's about 4 inches. And this is the little cheek plate they give you, but it's very uncomfortable to put your cheek on. Well, I think it is. It's actually pretty smooth. It's a nice little addition. But I'm going to put some padding there, make it a little better. And you can also, honestly, if you didn't want the stock, you can cut off this and place a folding stock. But folding stocks, Butley Creek stock is like $100. So, you want to spend $100 on your marlin, go right ahead. That's $100 extra bucks. There is some cheaper brands, but they're terrible. They wiggle all around. They're not stable enough. As long as you make the modification right, you cut straight down and then bevel it off, you'll be just fine. But don't cut it all the way off. In Michigan, we have a problem. Pistol grip stocks, shotguns are okay. I don't know why, but pistol grip rifles, if it's only a pistol grip and no stock, it's illegal. Remember that. Oh, I haven't even talked about this. This is it's the barrel cover that goes right, well, I'll show you on the receiver. It goes right here, and it just fastens like that. It's got little clips on the bottom that clip right to the barrel, and there's a little thing. You can put a little Loctite, maybe some PVC sealant in there. Lock it nice and down if you want permanent fixture. I probably won't make it permanent because if I do want to sell this gun, I want to make it so I can sell it. Make it so you can see it a little better. Anyways, I'm going to put this gun back together and you can just watch. Watch as I pretty much fail at it a few times. But yeah, it's pretty simple. You put your trigger assembly in, which is easier said than done sometimes. It does like to give you a pain every once in a while. But yeah, snaps right in there. You hear that snap? That is because of the Loctite. Or not the Loctite, but the glass bedding around the outside. But anyways, from there, you can put your receiver. Now you put butt first. and then you take and line up the back portion, and you take and line from the back portion and slip the mag well right into the back. So there you go. Right there, you got everything put together. You want to put the front bolt in first. Line up the front bolt. Make sure that's going in nice and tight. I'm using my trusty dusty knife. And what you do is you kind of turn it. Now, I use my thumbnail to start it. And don't cut yourself if you're using the knife. Don't know how many times I've done this. I'm a professional at using a knife or a screwdriver. I've also stabbed myself in the hand a few times, so that's also some experience points. And there you go. Nice and tight. Cut myself a little bit. No, I'm joking. Anyways, you don't have to put the little pad right there. You will get a butt plate or a mag plate that goes right over here and clips into here. You don't need that. In fact, I've got it in my little box of stuff over there to keep. Now next, you slide the old trigger, the bottom portion of the trigger, right onto the stock. Make sure you can see this. I don't think I let it so you can see it the first time, but you don't have to line it up just perfect the first time, because you honestly can just push it in, snap it in, and push the bottom, so then everything must line up. If you can see that, everything must line up. It will not go together properly if you don't. And you feel for the hole. When you get the hole, you should just fall in right that. Just start screwing it in. Easy as that. Then I want you to do this. Check it. If you can hear the click. Oh, I got the safety on. Perfect. Hear that click? This means everything's engaging. Make sure for sure chamber check your rifle when you're doing this. Any kind of barrel mods or anything you're doing, any kind of modifications. If you do store your guns loaded, make sure you store them, when you work on them unloaded. Common sense, but I've heard a lot of stories and they're pretty bad. Anyways, next part is the barrel cover, and it just slips on just like that. You can put a little bit of Gorilla Glue or Loctite, whatever you prefer, right over the barrel itself. Well, not the barrel, but the clips itself, and it clips in just like that. Now, when you do have the stock, it does have this little wiggle room up here. That's perfectly normal. It's from, it doesn't get a complete seal. That's one thing I didn't like about the stock. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. Everything else works perfectly. And bumped the camera with my hand again. As you can see, it fits perfect. Check again. Make sure you check everything over. Make sure you can be able to activate the mag release. See that? Everything's perfect. Put back together. And everything's good. Now, I hope this helped you. If you have any questions or even some requests for further videos, please just contact me. I mean, you can find me on Facebook too. Not too hard. Mr. Guns 911, or not 911. 1011 at I think it's yahoo.com. I think you also can find me. So, I hope this helped you. I love doing these reviews. Any kind of gunsmithing reviews you want me to do, I'm game. I'll show you how to bet a rifle. Just, put it in the description below, or I like it when you put it in the description, but you can message me, like I've said, Facebook, not on Twitter. I don't like Twitter. Anything else works just fine, but I hope this really helped you. For some further or future reviews, I'm going to be doing a surprise for you. It's going to be a Ruger 44 rifle. That's right, I said rifle. That'll be a future review. Gotta get the owner to. It's not my rifle, so I gotta get owner's permission. But yeah, these videos will be up tonight. I think it's the 15th, so these videos will be up tonight. Don't you worry about that, okay? So, have a good day, YouTube. It's Mr. Guns signing out.